Why is it that we as fans are being treated like absolute mugs when it comes to these injuries to our players at Nottingham Forest? Welcome to the Secret Squirrel video.
Secret Squirrel. Shh.
Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are, whatever time of day you're watching this. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and welcome to Christmas Eve. But the news must come out. No rest for the wicked, as the saying goes. In today's video, we are going to be talking all things injuries ahead of the Manchester United game, as we have had some updates on players and their statuses, and quite frankly, I'm a little disappointed with what I'm hearing. Look, I understand in terms of the short-term injuries why we are being cagey about it. When I say we, obviously I'm referring to Nottingham Forest. But there have been some knocks picked up over the mid-season, pre-season friendlies, whatever you want to call them. In particular, our main man here, Morgan Gibbs-White, picked up a knock during the Olympiacos match and was rested, as we were led to believe, for the Valencia match. However, Cooper's being a bit cagey about this one, saying he should be available. They're going to check in on him late, etc. And it's the same with Serge Aurier. By the way, happy birthday, Serge Aurier, today.
You've been voted #1 at everything. No matter what you do, you seem to be #1. I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I would never say in your case that you're fired because you're doing too well. So I'll just say you're hired.
And to Lingard from the other day as well, who recently turned 30.
Why, God, why? We had a deal. Let the others grow old, not me.
But why is it that these injuries are just being hidden from us and not really explained in full details? I understand the Serge one. I understand the Morgan Gibbs-White one. You don't want to show your hand when it comes to Manchester United. The ones that are baffling me are the updates that we've had on Niakate and on Omar Richards. When asked about Omar Richards, and the question was, is he back in full training yet, as we were anticipating him to be? We were told basically no. He's had a little bit of a setback, and we have to be patient. And have a little patience. And he'll be back with us soon. What the hell does that mean? I mean, this, may I remind you guys, was a stress fracture from the summer. We're talking about 4 or 5 months. I've broken my arm before as a kid, and after 6 weeks, it was healed. I've had a cousin who's broken his leg. It took him about 2 or so months before the cast came off, then a couple of weeks to re-exercise the muscle, etc. So clearly, this can't be related to the stress fracture. I've got a dad who's a doctor.
I'm Dr. Draper Moore, and I have a few routine questions I need to ask you.
I've spoken to him. Stress fractures, unless there's some massive complication, should not be taking 5 months to recover from. So how is it that we get updates like this that are so wishy-washy about it? And this is the difference I'm talking about between the injury of Morgan Gibbs-White, the injury of Aurier, which impact the match coming up against Man U. I get that in terms of not wanting to show your hand. But when it comes to Omar Richards and Niakate, who we'll speak about an update in a minute, why is it with the longer term injuries that they just can't come out and say he had a stress fracture, for example, he recovered from that, but he's torn a groin muscle or something like that? At least we know, and then say something like his recovery road is 6 weeks. We expect him to be back in training. We'll keep you posted. Nothing like that is coming out. And it's becoming too secret squirrel. We've said many a time on this channel that the old magic sponge, that Cooper's magic sponge works miracles, etc. And I expect the magic sponge to come out for Morgan Gibbs-White and Aurier for the Manchester United game. But why is it on the longer term injuries that we just can't be told properly what's going on? And I'm getting frustrated by it. And I want to know how you guys are feeling. Do you feel that we should have at least decent timeframes on these returns to injury? Because we were told, let me remind you, with Omar Richards, when he picked up that injury that he would be back end of October, beginning of November. That got delayed to end of November. Now we're being told even further down the line. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think Omar Richards is a first choice left back for us currently, with Lodi being in place there. You got Tuffalo, who's playing well as well. So he's going to be having to fight for his position. But it's the principle behind how us as fans are being held to arm's length like so, and not being explained the scenarios that are happening. Let's talk about Niakate, and the story really isn't too much different on it. And just before we move on to talk about Niakate and the update on him, Hennessey is another one who's apparently picked up a knock. God knows when and God knows what it is. But that is the reason he missed the Valencia game, which did puzzle me at the time because I didn't understand the inclusion of Henderson in that game, where Henderson was definitely going to have to miss the Manchester United game. And again, it's secret squirrel on that one. Are we potentially going to be looking at Smith in goal? God only knows. But that's one, again, short-termism, understand it. I expect Hennessey to be fit, but I am a little worried because there was no sign of him coming on against Valencia in our previous friendly match. On to Niakate. And again, it's just more secret squirrel stuff. We are told now the latest update is he is further down the road in his rehab program and he's getting close to the next stage of that. And again, what does that actually mean? It means nothing apart from political spin, managerial talk, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't tell us anything more than we already knew. We knew, as we've updated here on the channel previously, that he is out until at least the start of 2023. But now we are being hinted at that he is weeks away from getting onto this next stage and then onto his recovery. It's so frustrating, especially with a player who has so much importance on his shoulder. We as a fan base surely should be given the respect to say Niakate's injury, which initially was a hamstring injury, how can that, for one, have taken so long? Secondly, if there has been a development on his injury, can't we be updated on what the injury is? It really has to be something crazy serious for him to be out this long. It cannot just be a hamstring injury. Following on from that, we need to know the answer to why he was released to Senegal back in October, I think it was, and named on the bench in one of their friendly matches pre the World Cup, if he was not fully fit or he was just on his road to recovery. Why the hell would we have taken a risk to release him on international duty with the injury being whatever the hell it is and it being that critical? Because clearly he came back from that friendly, because he was released early back from that friendly, with either a further development of that injury or a new injury. But yet again, secret squirrel, nothing being explained to us as fans. And I'm sorry, we pay these wages, be it through our tickets, be it through Sky subscriptions, be it through whatever. And we are here to be entertained by this club. But we are being told absolutely nothing, and I'm finding it extremely frustrating. So with that in mind, what does it mean for the Manchester United game? Well, God only knows at the moment. So for sure, the three big question marks are going to be on Morgan Gibbs-White, on Aurier, and on Hennessey. I don't know if there's any other nogs. I give up at this stage trying to figure everything out, but I think the rest of the team are fine from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. So we're going to have to wait and see. We will have the prediction for that, of course, on Monday. And Monday is going to be a huge day on this channel. There's some big news that I need to bring to you guys, and we'll be bringing that for you Monday night and doing a preview, of course, on the Manchester United game. Just a quick reminder, the Manchester United will be on Tuesday night. It'll be on Amazon Prime. Of course, we'll have the watch along for it. But if you want to watch it, you do need a subscription. I have a link down below that will give you a free 30-day trial to Amazon Prime, which includes Amazon Prime Video. So make sure you go click on that. Sign up. It's completely free to do, and you can cancel at any time, and you'll still get your 30 days for it. that'll do for the video today, guys. Please don't forget to give us a quick like if you've enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And if you want to watch the Predictor League, click on the link right here and you can see our thoughts. And there's a lot of beef between me and Twist of Fate, as finally our two teams are colliding on Tuesday as Manchester United take on Nottingham Forest. Go check out the banter and tell me if you agree with the combined 11. I'll let you know. Well, you watch to find out how many Forest players I got into that combined 11. We'll see you later on the next video. Come on, you Reds.